All right, so today, as you can see, we are somewhat elevated. We are working on a 2005 Fleetwood Bounder because the rear camera decided it wanted to stop working. I have the rear camera right here. So we got a new one. But first, because the new wire and the old wire does not match pins, I have to run this rat's nest worth of wire down the cap, under the motorhome, all the way to the front, up and through the firewall, and then to its mounting spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how and where this cable runs. Like right now, it runs up here and it's mounted to something. I can't see it too well. Maybe you guys can see it better than me. It mounts up here so that it doesn't fall all the way through. And then this just runs straight down this back piece here. So we're gonna go ahead and run the new one. All right, don't make the mistake that I almost did. You have the cable here and you got two different ends on it. All right, now I went ahead and brought the camera back out just to compare notes, and here's the two cables and here's the camera, which means this cable plugs in this end, this one goes to the junction into the monitor. All right, so once we get done with that one, we're going to run the cable down and we're going to run it under the frame, which we got really lucky when we tried finding where the cable runs. It runs along the wiring harness and zip tied to the wiring harness the whole length of the motorhome. Makes it really easy. The only tough part's going to be is running the cable through the firewall. All right, so this just got interesting. I cut the cable, the end piece of the cable is laying down there on the ground, and as I was running this one through the loop up there, come to find out this thing was looped around 5 times. I thought it was 5 different cables, so they must have had all the excess back here. So which means what I need to do is I need to take this new cable and kind of mock it up to get me the distance that I need to be sure. So yeah. Okay, so we got a little further than I had planned, but I ran it through here with the new cable because the barrel wouldn't fit through the old one, and I changed it here because I want the cable to run up and over this support bracket here, just so that, I don't know, my thinking is it's not on the bottom closest to the ground. It may not make any difference, but oh well. And I did the same thing here. They had the other line from here on running under all of this here and then going up here. So I ran it up and over to this bracket up here again, and then I ran it over and I got it through this zip tie here, and that's where we're at. We are now at the left rear landing leg, getting ready to follow the rest of this wherever it goes. All right, so I'm glad I'm under here because I just noticed that I need new shocks, especially in the rear, because the rubber is gone right there at the bottom. So once I get to the front, we'll know if we need more, but this is just the ongoing part of needing, motorhome maintenance. So far, we are down to 6 new tires we already got, front and rear mount cameras for whatever, and now we're going to need shocks. no big deal. It is a 05, so it's expected. All right, so now we are under the main slide, and instead of trying to run all new zip ties, I'm going to try my best to feed the cable either through this bracket here and or just run it through, see if I can run it through these old zip ties right here by moving the cables a little bit. Either way, we're gonna see what we can do to make it easier. All right, so just ran and showed you how I ran all the wires, how I have the camera now up inside of the back cap to make sure it doesn't get wet. I'm going to zip and snip all these wires that come up through here, or not the wires, the zip ties. So this is going to be part one that is gotten done. Part two will be the finishing up, mounting the front camera and mounting the monitor where I want it to go. And then I'll do a couple things on the monitor, because what I found out with that monitor, the reason I bought it was because it also does record. So in case something happens, you can save it and show it to whoever needs to see it. But until then, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.